Hello everyone! In today's video, I'll show you how to make Vietnamese flossy pork, or ruoc bong. This is a beloved dish in Vietnam made from pork that is simmered with garlic, shallots, and seasonings until tender, shredded into fine strands, and then dry roasted until light and fluffy. Curious about what dishes this pairs well with in Vietnam? Let's explore as we cook. To make perfect flossy pork, choose lean cuts to ensure soft, fluffy strands. Always slice the pork along the grain for long, tender strands. Slicing against the grain is more suitable for braised or stir-fried dishes. Finely mince the shallots and garlic. For the seasonings, combine fish sauce, sugar, ground pepper, and MSG. I'll mix them together and stir well to dissolve the sugar. The exact measurements will appear on the screen. A little cooking oil in a pan, sauté the minced garlic and shallots until fragrant. Then, add the pork and stir well. Pour in the prepared seasoning mix, reduce the heat, and simmer the pork until tender for about 15 minutes. Once done, remove the pork and let it cool. After the pork cools, use a pestle to lightly pound it to loosen the texture. Then shred it into fine strands. This is where slicing along the grain earlier becomes important, as it creates long, fluffy strands. The finer you shred the pork, the quicker it dries. Ruoc Bong, also known as cha bong, gets its name from its light, fluffy appearance and texture. The pork is shredded and either hand-rubbed through a colander or tool to achieve its airy texture. Finally, it's dry roasted or oven-dried until it achieves that signature fluffiness. For larger quantities, you can use a stand mixer or food processor for shredding. However, hand shredding often results in longer, fluffier strands that have a better texture. After shredding, place the pork back into the pan and mix with the simmered juices from earlier. Divide it into 2 batches for easier handling. Start with medium heat, stirring constantly. Once the liquid is absorbed and the strands are no longer wet, reduce the heat to low and keep stirring until the pork is completely dry. This process is called dry roasting. Alternatively, you can use an oven set to a low temperature, but remember to check frequently to prevent over-drying. For added flavor, you can sprinkle in a little fish sauce during this stage. Dry roasting 1 kilogram of pork usually takes about an hour. I split it into 2 batches, each taking around 30 minutes. Keep stirring until the strands are dry but still retain a slight moisture when tasted. Over-drying can result in a loss of sweetness. If you want extra fluffiness, when the pork is nearly done, transfer it to a colander. I use a fine mesh stainless steel colander, and gently rub it to separate the strands further. Then return it to the pan and roast for a little longer. This process may take time, but the quality is well worth the effort. From 1 kilogram of pork, you'll get over 500 grams of flossy pork. Once the pork is dry, let it cool completely before storing it in an airtight container. It can be kept for an extended period without refrigeration. Now, you have fragrant, delicious Vietnamese flossy pork to enjoy. Its golden color, balanced salty sweet flavor, and light, fluffy texture make it irresistible. Flossy pork is often paired with sticky rice, plain rice, sandwiches, congee, or even used as a topping for salads. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments below. See you in the next video.